This portion of the paper instructions focuses on the actual writing, the mechanics of writing the text of this paper, and it goes through the details that you need to observe when you store the document and send it. Step number 11. Make sure that the paragraphs that you write fit the following specifications exactly. The result of your following these directions will probably produce a paper quite unlike any paper that you have written previously, and this is perfectly okay. This is not the paper that you have to write for your English 101 class. This is not the paper that you have to write for your psychology class, etc. This is the paper that you have to write for this class, and it will have a form and a shape and a look to it that will be quite distinct from any other paper that you have written. First, each paragraph must have 3 or 4 sentences. If a paragraph has either fewer than 3 sentences or more than 4 sentences, it will be invisible to me. I simply will not read it. And whatever work that you might have done in that paragraph will not count toward your grade. You must write paragraphs of this standard length, 3 or 4 sentences. Paragraphs should occupy 3 to 7 typed lines. By this I mean that no paragraph should occupy more than 7 typed lines or fewer than 3 lines. 3 to 5 typed lines should be the normal length of your paragraphs. Paragraphs that are longer than 7 typed lines or shorter than 3 typed lines will be invisible to me. I simply will not read them, and whatever work you have done in them will not count at all. Every paragraph that contains factual information, that is, something other than your own opinion or experience, must have a source citation in it. Paragraphs that contain factual information but that have no citations in them will be invisible to me. I simply will not read them, and they will not count for anything. Source citations contain only surnames and page numbers, nothing else. If I see any commas, silly abbreviations like P, PG, etc., you will receive a 0 for the whole project. Honestly, folks, neither I nor any English instructor I have ever met, and heaven knows I've asked a lot of them about this, knows where any student has ever gotten the idea that such foolishness belongs in a term paper. If you do this sort of thing, adding marks of punctuation or silly abbreviations to source citations, just stop it. Source citations must occur within sentences. You have a nice clear example of one in the printout of the template. If source citations do not occur within sentences, they will be invisible to me, and they will therefore count for nothing, and you will get a 0 for the entire paper project. You cannot use any direct quotations on the first page of text. If there are direct quotations on the text, the entire text becomes invisible to me, and it will count for nothing. Indeed, every sentence must be written in your own words. If a sentence is not written in your own words, it will be invisible to me, and it will count for nothing. It really is easy to use your own words, so for heaven's sake, people, use your own words. Use only those words that you actually do understand. This is a matter of common sense. You know how silly people sound when they try to use words that they don't understand the meanings of. And in this paper, you certainly do want to present yourself at your best. The best way to do so is to express yourself simply, clearly, and directly. And you will impress me greatly if you use only those words that you actually do understand. If you must use exotic terms, for example, things that we have never covered in class, make sure that you include a brief definition of them. I know exactly what terminology I have used in class, and if I find that you are using terminology that we have not used in class, and if I find that you are using it without any explanation, and that is without any definition for the words in question, the paragraphs in which they are written will become invisible to me, and they will count for nothing. I hope you can see how beneficial it is simply to be yourself and to express yourself simply, clearly, and directly. And finally, the paper should sound like you, an intelligent Alabama college student. If any portion of the text sounds like a British musicologist, or if it sounds like the overwrought literary stylings of some other person, that section of the paper will become invisible to me, and it will not count for anything. This is the time to be yourself. Do not imagine for a moment that I cannot tell the difference between your literary style and that of a foreign-born musicologist who has 5 degrees more than you have. One who also uses the English language in a way that is different from the way we use it on this side of the Atlantic. Be yourself. Express yourself simply, clearly, and directly, and in doing so, you will impress me greatly. Step number 12. Stop writing as soon as you have finished the sentence that goes onto page 2 of the text. Really, please do not go any farther until you have had the 3rd paper assignment returned to you. I have seen many students waste their time doing so, and I do not want this to happen to you. You will thank yourself later for following this very simple direction. Step number 13. Put the current date in the heading. Simply place your cursor before the comma and after the number for the day. In the date, carefully backspace until you have erased the number for the day and the month, and then type in the current month and day. Step number 14. Save the altered template as a Microsoft Word document. If you are a Vista or a Word 2007 user, please select 97 through 2003 Word as the format for storing it, and please store it to a portable storage device, a floppy disk, CD-RW, flash drive, etc., and make sure that you save it with the following title, Paper Assignment 03. Please do not forget to do this step, and please make sure that the title of the document ends with 03. Prepare an email message with the title Paper Assignment 03 and your name in it. And please make sure that you replace your name with your own name. Attach the document that you have created, Paper Assignment 03.doc, to the email. If the document that you attach to the email has anything other than a doc ending on it, don't send it to me. I just won't be able to read it. Sorry. Send the email message to me. Step number 18. Relax. Simply wait until I have returned the assignment to you with my comments written on them.